distortion of the fabric of space and time around one black hole also exists for the other black hole. So you have black holes entering each other's event horizons. So I opened up that thesis. I didn't understand a single page and fuck your ass.
Welcome to the podcast. I'm trying to enter in a low frequency today. I've noticed that when I speak in the microphone, I'm very loud. I'm always talking so intensely. And I noticed I spoke over some people in the last episodes. So I'm really trying to bring that down. So I'm just going to go for a real good flow. It's easier when there's two of us. So I'd just like to say welcome to a new podcast where I am going to be talking with low succulent.
I don't think anybody wants to hear that. Or that.
Mi amore.
Fuck, we need to get better at doing these intros.
Intro's an intro. It really doesn't fucking matter.
You know what fucking popped into my head last night as I was driving home?
What?
That used to be the most common thing you'd ever see, and just out of nowhere. It was basically when social media picked up, just whizzy as it was.
What went? I'm confused.
Tying shoes together and throwing them over power lines.
No, there's a bunch of trees. There's a bunch of trees that do that.
I never see them anymore. I haven't seen that anywhere in so long.
Well, the saying was that's where a drug deal was.
Yeah,
It's where you did drug deals.
I looked it up because that's what I heard as well. And there's a bunch of reasons why. Like, well,
It's cool.
Conspiracies.
It's always a converse as well.
It's like, where was it? Bada bing, bada boom. So yeah, the first one was like, if you're a drug dealer or something. The second one was gang turf. Third one was there has been or will be a murder in the area. In memorial
This is
of a dead
bullshit. They're talking absolute shit, bro.
friend.
There's got to be a murder.
A
Fuck
tradition held by high school students on their last day of class.
That makes sense.
A way of getting rid of an old pair of shoes.
Fuck off. What's that? Like Pinterest? Fuck off with those lists. It's just like, why do you wear t-shirts? To cover up your torso. It's like the worst. Why? For kids to get rid of old shoes. Those sucked. Like,
Yeah.
Is there any evidence that a murder is going to take place?
That's why they said, like, at the top of it, conspiracies. Regardless.
Conspiracies.
All I reckon it is just drug dealing.
I reckon I don't think it's even drug dealing. I
reckon.
honestly think it's just a bunch of kids who are just like, they've seen it on a movie for whatever reason. It might have been a drug dealing, but I reckon not anymore. We have phones. Why are they throwing
That's what I'm saying. They've just disappeared.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I know what you mean now. Like, now that there's no... Yeah, but still... You still got to talk to the guy. What do you, like, throw the shoes over the line?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
And then you just wait there for him at any time of day?
It could still be, like, the done thing, but... I guess not. Bullshit.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't like it.
Yeah. Was there anything else that was like that? Like a sign that would just be put in the open that everyone saw, but everyone was kind of like, think I know what that means? I think tying shoes together were the only things that everyone saw, but was kind of like, oh, I have a rough idea what that could mean.
No, I have no clue. I think this topic is hard for me to grasp. Like, I can't even think of anything similar to tying shoes together and throwing it. Like, what's another trend like that? They always have those weird bear trees, like the bears on the front of on the trucks and the Macs and all that. Like, they always put like little cuddly toys on the front of trucks.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know.
Yeah. Is it like?
It's like intimidation. Like, what the like?
Is it like you got a family?
I don't know. It's weird.
Like,
You know what no one does anymore? No one has photos in their wallets anymore. Not that I was ever part of that generation where you really carried around a pamphlet of photos in your wallet, but like, you don't really see like pull it out and like you never see
a photo of my mother.
Or like someone's girlfriend with a photo in their wallet. I don't know though. Like, I don't really look at people's. It's always in people's phones now. It's on your screensaver.
Yeah,
People's
exactly.
girls.
I mean, your phone is your wallet now, so no one really has a need for that kind of shit.
That's what I said. I had this thought where wallets will be like hipster eventually.
Yeah.
Because you don't need them. We won't have any cash. Cards will all be on your phone. But like to have physical cards and to carry around a leather piece of fabric in your pocket where you hold shit in will be so like dated and prehistoric to our future. Like probably when we're like in our 50s, wallets will be like hipster. Like our kids will have like Dad, I bought a fucking wallet. And you'd be like, what are you doing, you wanker? You know what I mean? Like he'll be
remember back in my day.
He'll be trimming his, yeah, exactly. He'll be trimming his beard and using a wallet. He'll also have like a lighter because they won't have lighters.
Well, what the fuck will they have?
They'll have like jet things in their fingers. Like,
you're talking that far in the future.
Nah, it's not even that far, bro. It's like 50 years. We'll be so ahead in 50 years. I don't think we even understand. Think about, 30 years. 30 years is the 90s to now.
Okay, I know technology is at a rapid incline.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be that quick.
Listen, bro. 30 years ago with the 90s, they didn't have iPhones.
Yeah.
Bro, you know how much different an iPhone is? The internet was like just starting properly. Like it's changed 30 years. There's a whole generation growing up with the internet. Like I think technology is going to develop so much faster than we can even imagine. And then what do you say 50 years ago? So what's that? 90s, that's the 70s. Think about the 70s. They're all carrying around brick phones, fucking telephone, bling, in their car and shit. Like imagine 50 years from 2021. I think it'll be insane. There'll be no need for phones either. It'll all be in your brain. Neuralink, guaranteed.
I don't know. I think phones will be still around, definitely like held by the wide population of people, but with the Neuralink shit, for people who don't, for when phones aren't required because people have the Neuralink, that'll be rich people.
I disagree. I think it'll be Medicare.
Fuck off.
Yeah, 2039 Medicare. You can get your Neuralink for free because it's a human right.
Depends how much fucking Elon makes it.
Bro, I don't know. How much would it cost? It depends.
So fucking much, bro. Someone's opening up your skull and attaching something to your fucking frontal lobe. I don't know where the fuck they're attaching it. But
bro,
they're messing with your fucking most important organ.
They're not messing with it. They just use a little bit of something. It's nothing big. You know what's crazy though? You're talking about like, it will cost so much. You legit can go on Medicare in Australia and get your whole knee reconstructed, bro. They'll put they'll put a piece of metal in your leg, screw, bolt. They'll like shave off muscles, stitch in tendons, artificially create an entire joint for you. You don't have to pay a cent. You just have to wait 6 months. That will be like the equivalent of Neuralink. Like, I don't know, it might not be 50 years, but down the track, they'll be like, I don't know, so I'm just like pure speculation, but there could be like civil rights movements where it's like, if you can't, the rich can't have this because it's our right to have like technology. Like we should have the equal opportunity to have technology. Yeah. It might not even go that way. The rich might have it, but I'm thinking like, you know, they could even argue that every human has the right to technology, so they would have to try and make it accessible. Because if it's that groundbreaking, think about how groundbreaking a Neuralink would be. We could do everything in your mind. You could legit download information and learn how to play the guitar and shit. Like memories. You're downloading other people's memories of how to play guitar, and you can just Jimi Hendrix.
You know what would be so weird about that?
What?
Because we're in such a westernized world, and we're like the world we live in. It's being like everything is being pushed, and we will probably have those Neuralink shit in our heads in however long. I'm putting
that thing in my head as soon as I can, bro.
Alright. But all the third world countries, I reckon, will start to be getting shit like phones. Like obviously they have them now, but like not the whole population of like the third world.
Phones are more popular than you think, though.
Yeah, I know, but if you've like seen the places, you go, oh well, fuck, this is pretty run down. I'm glad I live where I live.
Well, what if they made like the shitty Neuralink and then they kept making better ones? So the third world countries got the
like
first
model
editions. But like meanwhile, in like privileged societies, like coming from a wealthy family, you could buy version 3 where you could download like information into your like body, like you could download a file. You can download how to play soccer really well, and you can just play soccer.
So basically, the Matrix.
Essentially, that's what Elon even said. He said essentially you might be able to do that.
That'd be sick. I've always thought about that. Like ever since I saw that scene in the Matrix where it's just like, oh, I'm fucking gonna do karate or something.
Yeah, like best at karate ever.
Yeah, just download this fucking shit, all the fucking moves.
It'd be nice.
It would be.
But then everyone would just be killers.
Yeah, everyone would be the goat at everything.
Criminals would, but that's how humans evolve though. That's what I'm saying. The next evolution is through Neuralink. I guarantee it, bro. We can't even see it coming. We're not wise to how crazy Neuralink will be.
I was talking about this with my dad, and I was like, that will probably be the next step in our evolution. Humans will, what's the scientific term? Is it biological?
What?
Just for like life. Yeah. You know what I mean.
Organic.
Yeah. Organic coming together with AI. Like being
So like
fused
biomechanical
together.
life.
Yeah.
Android.
And he was like, I disagree. I reckon stem
Cell research.
Stem cell research.
cells.
He reckons that'll be the new thing. And I said,
In what way?
I reckon that'll like be good for until Neuralink takes over. I don't think it'll be the next evolution.
What's he mean by stem cell? Like, stem cell is old school compared to Neuralink. Like that's, you know what I mean?
I know, I was a bit confused, but he's just trying to say like, basically, because you know how you can take, what do they do in sports? They did it in cycling. They would take out their blood
doping.
Yeah. And like shake it up or whatever the fuck and put them back in and then they're like fucking brand new.
You know what they do is they take a portion of your blood out for like a while, and then your body creates more blood naturally, and then they juice you back up with that extra amount of blood, which means you have more blood than a normal human would have, which means you have a higher aerobic output, which means like the cyclist can cycle way more. Highly illegal in sports. Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure what he was trying to get at, but he's probably going to say I'm wrong. But I think he was trying to get at the fact that, you know how other animals on this planet can regrow limbs and shit? Like we get into that, figure out how they do that, harness that, and then put it into our bodies. So then if someone's lost a fucking leg or something, just regrow it in 6 months.
I think that could be the case, but I think that would only get to that point because of Neuralink. Because we'll be attached to AI, and then we'll be super smart, and we'll discover how to do stem cells like that. And then like that's what I'm saying, like Neuralink will be like the next step for everything to break off into more. You know what I mean? Like we're hitting the ceiling with our own human minds, right? But like you legit attach a supercomputer to a human mind. You legit jump over this chasm that's been limiting to us. And then boom, how do you regrow limbs? We know how to regrow limbs. How do you build buildings faster? We know how to, like, you know, all the information is there because you have all this data from a supercomputer that can read the internet, take all of the information from the internet and direct it and comprehend all of it and then go, oh, this is what we do. Like that is so unbelievably hard to compute. But it'll happen, and then we'll do it, and then people just take it for granted. And we'll be like the dark age compared to the Neuralink age.
You know...
That's what I think.
I reckon that could be dangerous.
Of course, there's danger with everything. With great power comes great responsibility.
No,
it has to be looked after.
Like, if you're putting this Neuralink in your head, if you have access to everything all the time... That basically means you know everything all the time.
You might not be conscious knowing everything all the time, but your AI attachment would.
But let's say, basically you got a Google in your head.
Yeah.
So if you think of something and you want to get into it, and you just have that there, when you type something in Google right now, it shows you how many results. If you were to do that in your head and that many results to come up, that's your brain then working with the AI to go, this is everything. Wouldn't your brain just fucking overload from trying to withhold that much information in 1
Yeah,
second?
but it's not. I think it wouldn't be going directly into your brain. It would be there's a massive AI compartment that's in the sky, right? And it's your version of it that's in your brain, and it does all the heavy lifting. It does all the heavy comprehension, and it feeds it to you like a mother bird to a baby bird, and goes, "Here's this super condensed information that will really help you that I've just made for you because I've went through 100,000 search articles to how can you get that edge at work? Boom, here it is." And then everyone does that, and everyone just gets jacked on knowledge. You know what I mean? Everyone's just like, Jimmy's breaking the records for sales, and then next week Jennifer breaks the records for sales, and then sales just becomes exploded. Like there's, you know what I mean? Like what happens when everyone is an expert salesman and can just sell
That's the
everything to
thing.
everyone? Society will just fucking explode, bro. It doesn't
Bro.
make sense. I can't
don't-
comprehend it.
I honestly think it's a bad move for it to happen.
Fuck it. I'm
There
down.
would be so much carnage.
Bro, I'm chopping my legs off, putting robot legs
Bro,
in,
want
and putting a
robot
chip in,
parts.
and I'm just running through the Amazon, bro. I'm living there. Nothing could fuck with me.
I just
I'm
wanna
going
punch through
prime.
walls, bro. Just fucking,
What are you gonna do?
just punch through walls. Just a bionic arm to fucking punch holes in walls.
I thought you
bro.
went like you're gonna kill yourself.
fuck
I'm like,
no.
as if.
Fuck that.
Mm.
Need to fucking live to be like get those body parts, bro.
I just can't wait. Like it excites me so much. I bet we won't even live for it. But
Well, if you're saying fucking 50 years, we're 20 now, 70 years old.
mm,
I'll fucking rip my bloody body parts off just to get some fucking bionic shit.
you never know. They might even solve aging by the time we're old, so we'll just never die. What if we're the last generation that never dies and we don't even know it yet?
Fuck that. I've thought of that. I don't like the thought of it.
I'll live for what's the maximum time you'd live for?
You know what I would be alright with?
What?
You know altered carbon?
Mm-hmm.
You know how they have the stack?
Explain altered carbon in case anyone's listening.
Okay. In altered carbon, it's obviously like some futuristic kind of show
Timeline.
where
Yeah.
humans have like colonized a couple of planets, and some scientists have developed this thing called a stack, which holds all your
Your soul.
yeah,
your
basically
consciousness.
holds your consciousness and everything you know. So
Yeah.
what
Your
your
person.
body is called a sleeve.
Yeah.
So your stack can just be put in any kind of body, and you will still think the same, do everything.
You'll
the
wake
same,
up with the same memories
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
but you'll be in a different body if your sleeve gets like
Yeah.
damaged or something.
So like to do hyper travel, they'll take their sleeves out.
Mm.
They'll take their stack out of the sleeves and just send you on a ship. And then boom, you'd wake up in a new sleeve, a completely new body. It'll be like 1,000 years later.
Yeah.
Time doesn't matter in the future because I'll just like imagine. Yeah, sorry, we'll come back to that point later because it's too much of a wormhole.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So basically, I guess when your sleeve is damaged, they take out your stack and will give you a new one. But I guess you technically get put under ice when they take out your stack, because when they put you back in a sleeve, in like with the main character, the first time it happened, he'd been like dormant or something for 300 years.
Yeah, because he had a jail sentence for 300 years.
Yeah. So they just put his stack away, and then when his time was up, they put it back
How
in.
fucked is that? You don't even serve your time. You just go to bed, wake up in a new body 300 years later.
Yeah,
That's fucking insane. I
Yeah.
love that.
exactly. Like I would be all right with that kind of, but eventually I'd still want to fucking die. So like,
Yeah, so it
blow
comes
my
back to
fucking
it.
stack up.
So what was the original point that you're explaining it for? Like, you said you'd do it if it was like that.
Yeah, I would. You said if we never age, I wouldn't want to get to a point where like we never age. I'd rather have a point where I can just go to bed for like fucking 300 years and then wake up and it's like see what's different.
But how long would you like to live waking consciously?
Waking consciously.
Like not you can't just hyper sleep over 1,000 years and wake up. Like how long?
What? So being awake consciously, I reckon
And go to bed and shit. But
I
just,
would if I like stayed the same like prime
like right now.
Yeah,
Or do you reckon
what-
in a couple of years?
in a couple of years. Yeah, obviously in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Like when I'm in my prime.
Yeah.
If I was to be able to stay in my prime, I reckon I'd give like 200 years a shot.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I'd go so deep.
You'd go.
Oh, bro.
I don't know. I'd have to.
I go for like
Test the
1,000 or a
waters.
couple thousand. I'd want to live for. I'd want to be here for ages. So much to learn, bro. There's so much to learn. I'd want to be here for ages.
Yeah, but
I don't want to become Buddha. You know what I mean? Just really understand what the Buddhists meant.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like they talk so much shit, and we don't even scratch the surface of what they're talking about. Like, and it's been held for so long. Like, be a Buddha. Like, what the fuck? Is it real? Is it not? I like to just sit down and think about it for a couple of years. You know what I mean? Like, really get deep into it, and then once you're done with that, move to the next religion. Move to like all Hindu. It's all fucking crazy. I'd like to just
I wouldn't want to. I want to get into religion.
not necessarily believe in it, but just like try and understand it.
Maybe. I guess if you got that much fucking time on your hands.
Yeah, I'd also like to watch everyone though.
Yeah.
But you can't die, or you can die during that time.
Ooh. Oh yes, you can die. Because just because like you can live forever.
I don't know, because
I guess that means you're living forever, but without consequence. Like.
mm. Would you rather live? Would you rather live? Would you rather be immortal and live forever, or live forever but be mortal?
Wait, what the fuck?
Would you rather live for like have the ability to live forever and be mortal, or live forever and be immortal?
Live forever and be immortal.
So it means you have the capability to live forever, but you can still die like a human being can die, except without cancer. You can only die by the environment. So like if the sun explodes and burns you, you're fucked.
Oh fucking oath.
You'd rather like live forever as long as you can.
Yeah, I'd rather live forever but be immortal.
No one talks about that. That's such a better run, because then like if you want to end it, gone. You just kill yourself.
Because then, like everything, what's the point in living if there's no risk? Like
Exactly. Like you get bored, bro. As a god, you get so bored. Why do you think we exist? Some cunt probably got bored and made
it was
us.
just like yeah, that's all he does.
Yeah.
Like me with my fucking Clash of Clans, just fucking on top of it all the time.
Yeah, just
fucking
watching.
shitting on it.
I would hate to be a god. I'd hate to know everything. Because you get no... If you know everything, there's no purpose to anything.
Yeah.
You just know everything. There's no wonder. There's no excitement. You're just like, oh, yeah, that? Yeah, cool. Like, how cool is it when you hear a cool fact and you're like, whoa. Like, it really blows your mind. This guy never gets that.
Yeah. Like, what's something that would blow his mind? Nothing.
He's seen it all. He's seen savagery. He's seen love. He just doesn't care. He's just like, oh.
You literally know the answer. If you're a god and you know everything, you literally know the answer to how the universe started. But then that, ooh.
I need to take
But
a
then
piss.
he knows.
Run down that.
Yeah, but then he knows if we're in a simulation or not.
Well, run down that. I need to go.
Well, I need some relay, but I'll try and talk about it. I won't. I really fucking can't do shit by myself. How's it going, audience? If we even have one. Yeah, how are you doing? How are your mates doing? Check up on them. Everyone might say they're alright, but just push the boundaries a bit and definitely double check. It helps. It goes a very far way. And old mate is back. But yeah, check up on your mates.
What's that?
Don't worry, talking to the audience.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go back and listen
Yeah.
to it. That sounded special.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Talking about living forever.
Living forever. Fucking yeah. I would. For me, yeah, I'd rather be mortal than live forever. So
Yeah.
I know I can die at some point. So I'm forever chasing to get that knowledge, but
There's a risk.
it's
There's
like
actually
risk
excitement.
of like trying to get that knowledge.
Like,
It's
are you gonna cross the sea? Like,
Yeah.
fuck, like, bro, what a life! What a. Then they make a movie about a guy who's immortal, but he can die. That's so cool. He just avoids shit all the time. Lives through, but like the worst. They always say like, oh, it'd be sad. Everyone you ever love will die. They say that's the saddest thing. But if I live forever, say I'm immortal and live forever, I don't like. It would become such a minute part of your existence. It wouldn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'll lose my family. Of course, now you'd be sad about losing your family. But in a trillion years, when you're legit floating in space, jumping from sun to sun, watching
your
alien
family?
civilizations build shit,
Your
of course you're
family
like,
is a wizzy-wazzy.
it'll just be a backstory like, oh yeah, I was born on Earth and I had a family. And that'll be about it. A trillion years, bro. We can't even imagine. Like, I don't think we really give a fuck.
Bro,
of course,
a
we still
trillion
love
years,
them.
I'm not. If I was ever given the option, I'd never take that.
But I feel like based on our brains, like a trillion
Ooh.
years, what?
Actually, I might.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Sponsored by V.
Damn right, son. Not for individual sale, no sir. Buy them in 4-packs. Use the promo code
NMU.
9meetups20 for 20.
Use promo code NMU at V Shop. Make sure you use that promo code so that we get a kickback. All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, fuck trillion years. But at the same time, I would be very curious if that was like if that ultimatum was put on my fucking doorstep.
It'd be hard.
I would, because it's like a trillion years, bro.
All right.
Andromeda's just over there, bro.
Allow me to paint a picture for you. Listeners, brace yourself.
Okay, here we go.
All right. You're sitting here, wherever you're sitting or whatever you're doing right now. All of a sudden, wherever you are, like for us, example, a robed man walks through the door. Balded head, tattoos all over his body and face, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And he just comes up to you and he says, I'm an eternal being and I've witnessed what you're doing on earth and I offer you eternal life. Would you like to take it? You will live forever until the universe collapses and ends and then your life will be done. Would you take that? Like, he's legit giving you the offer right now. Shake my hand and you will live forever. Would you do that?
And if you shake his hand, he just disappears, coat drops, fucking, he's gone.
And then you just
just
never
take it on his
age, you
bird.
never die, and you become a celebrity, you become famous. Like, all this shit would happen in that tiny amount of time, and you're like, what? And then everyone dies. You're still around. People worship you. A church is created. Then the fall of civilization, human civilization, anarchy, everyone's trying to kill you. You literally can't die. And then everyone's dead around you. What do? Like, you just fucking walk the earth.
Bro, that'd be so funny.
Volcanoes
People
everywhere.
are trying to kill you, just like walking through a fucking aisle of people just throwing shit at you.
Bro, I wonder what the impact of an immortal person would have on society. Would they just make him the king of the world? Would everyone just bow down to him? Or her?
Fuck that. If I was put in that position, I wouldn't want anyone to fucking bow down to me.
No,
Fuck
me
that.
either. I'd want no one to know about it for as long as possible.
Like, people can know about it, sure.
Yeah, but if people know about it, they'll worship you.
Well, I'll just tell them,
Good luck.
do your own fucking thing.
Good
Don't-
luck.
Don't listen
People will
to
follow
me.
you. You have disciples, bro. People will
Fuck
follow
the disciples.
You'll have guys next to you writing shit down and just taking every word. Bro, think about how crazy. That's a miracle. An
You know what
immortal
I'll do
human
to stop
being.
it?
What?
Just create a podcast.
Yeah, but then
Just keep this one going.
you could not survive, bro. Imagine everyone wanting to be your friend.
Because you live forever.
I know, but imagine everyone wanting to be your friend. All these people trying to figure you out. Where did he go? Is he lying? Oh, let me try and kill him. This guy's a fuck. You have like assassination attempts every day because people just think it's a conspiracy theory.
That'd be the best.
Mm.
People just trying to kill you and you're like, yeah, go ahead.
Imagine like the absolute confidence you'd walk around with. No matter what, you can't fucking die.
Yeah,
Nothing can
bro.
hurt you. Assassination attempt. He walks in the door, pulls out a gun, aims it at you, and you're just like, alright, go. Shoot.
Hold your arms up.
You just
Do
get,
it, bro.
he unloads the whole fucking magazine into you, and you sit there. I told you, man.
I'm basically Superman without the flying powers and the laser eyes, bro.
Mm. Well, would you rather live till the end of the universe, or would you rather live till 50? Because the end of the universe, that's trillions and trillions of years. That's us. That's
Okay.
like, and it's our amount of time. Like, imagine how bored you'd get.
Our amount of time is like
Yeah, so like a
days
day, a
go
day,
by.
a day, a day, a day for trillions of years. It's like you have to sit through every single day.
Can I like just meditate into like a sleep? So I can just we already covered that. Just jump a couple fucking thousand years into the future.
No, I mean just just like this, or die at 50.
I'd be so tired all the time.
What, if you live forever?
Yeah.
Why? You just go to bed when you're tired.
Yeah, but you still wake up and you're like, okay, what am I going to do today? I can do fucking anything, basically.
I'd live for trillions of years. No doubt in my mind.
Wait.
Because the boredom, think about it, you get if you live for trillions of years, you legit get everything you get for living a long life, but then you also get to go where no human has gone before.
Bro.
Imagine where your brain would go in those massive states of boredom. You can meditate for literally years in a row and not worry about wasting time.
Yo.
You go so deep. What?
I might take up the live to the end of the universe.
Why?
I would get to see my body. If I can jump from like planet to planet, every planet would have their own kind of like environment that I would have to adapt to. I would be watching myself evolve.
That's so cool.
Imagine that. You live for that long, you've like evolved like several different times.
You wouldn't be yeah, that's crazy. You would
wouldn't
not look like this.
You would look like some fucking weird retarded alien that used to be a human, bro.
We have no, bro, it'll look like the guys from Prometheus. Just white,
exactly.
jacked, built guys with no dick. Your dick would fall off, bro. You don't use it for a billion years.
No,
the motherfucker pops off. It goes, you don't reproduce? Oh, you don't need that? You're wasting blood. That's fucking weird. Trillions and trillions of years. What would change? You get like one eye. Think about it. Trillions of years and you're immortal. You have no threats. So anything that we've evolved to do with threats, gone. So like, I don't know, what's a threat? We have like front-facing eyes, so we can look at shit clearer. Evolves away. Like anything that evolved to protect us against threats, we wouldn't have such good muscularity. We don't need it.
Bro, you just built in like you over like a millennia. You just gain sonar, like bats.
Do you even need eyes? Do you even need anything though, realistically?
Yeah, I'd much
You
prefer
just be
eyes over fucking sonar.
But you could just be a ball of light, and that's pretty much all you need to be. If you're immortal, you don't need to be anything more than that.
I wonder if you could actually. Everyone's gonna be like, it would be impossible. How do you fucking know? You haven't lived for a trillion years.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could actually just turn yourself into a ball of light.
I am almost 100% sure you can.
Bro, you'd have to be, bro.
You'd have to be able to. Think about, like, they have this guy, right? And he is this monk or yogi. I'm not sure what he was. But he was this man who lived in the Himalayas and he meditated in a cave for, like, his whole life. And he developed a superhuman ability where he could change the pace of his heart with his thoughts, and he could change the circulation in his body.
Yeah.
So he could hold out his hand and slow the circulation down his hand where it would be ice cold and go blue. And then he'd just think about turning his heart up and pump blood to his hand, and his hand would go warm again. Like that power. That's what he did in like 40 years of meditating in a cave. Imagine a billion years solely.
Bro, if he can fucking...
Your brain would go somewhere else.
Bro, if he can turn his skin blue, you can go fucking bright yellow, bro. You can turn into a ball.
You could implode and go to another realm. You could probably time travel in your brain.
You have no use for your body. Your brain just like separates from your body. You fucking just have some magical force field around it. And it's that ball of light.
I like that the air of confidence we speak in is so true. Like, we're just like, yeah, fucking no, we're sure.
100%, bro.
I'd be disappointed if you couldn't.
Bro, fuck whoever made this universe then.
I like it because they always talk about the power of meditation and how like it really takes you to another place. It's very spiritual. Like it's one mode of spirituality that is really profound and no one really has a grasp of it. They go, oh, prayer, deep meditation. It all has this profound effect on people's mental states, right? And we don't even understand why that is the case. Like how do we learn that in the first place? And then guys there's evidence of people who have really tried meditating hardcore, like the monks in the Himalayas who also would sit out in the snow and they'd pour cold towels over them and they'd dry the towels with their body heat, bro. They get so hot, they would dry towels laid on them
That doesn't even sound possible.
And they could
And people do it.
bro. They could sit in the freezing temperatures in the mountains with just with just pants on, and sit there for days, bro. Just drink water and they just meditate and they just wouldn't freeze to death. They wouldn't get
Monks are
frostbite.
so cool, bro.
Imagine doing it for 1 billion years. That's not even a lot of time considering how long you'd live for. You'd probably discover the fourth dimension and evolve. And you just go a long time. Time isn't a thing. Like, you want to hang out with your family? Oh, I miss my family. Go hang out with them, bro. It's, you know what I mean? It's not a big deal.
Dimension, just fucking where they exist.
What if one of our friends is a time traveler that is evolved? He has had that experience where he was given that opportunity by the man in the white robe that enters and gives him the choice. So say you have done that.
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I have no genre I fit in, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You have done that. You have lived to the end of the universe. You have ascended mentally and discovered the fourth dimension. You now, every time I see you, is you coming back from the future, and my perception of you is actually you, and you're 1 billion years old, but you're just hanging out like you're my mate.
I've just come down to this planet after surfing the universe, and I've just taken this bodily form, just to look, taken this average looking face, whacked it on. So everybody who walks past me is just...
You're way too flawed to be that old of a being, bro.
Wait, but... I'm just...
I'd expect you to be fucking perfect if you came back.
Fuck no, bro.
You would have to be perfect. You'd have so much time to figure all your shit out. You could not make a mistake.
Bro, I only just came here 50 years ago.
Fuck yourself.
I'm still learning the human ways. Very fucked up group of apes.
Stop talking.
Stop talking. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be sick to do that, but at the same time, I would, as much as it sounds good to do, to learn and be able to learn everything and fucking try and make yourself evolve into a ball of light. It'd take fucking so long.
Yeah, but like when you're meditating, time flies. I guarantee if you meditated.
Yeah, but how many times? I guess you just fucking.
It doesn't matter though. You live forever.
Where you just walk into and then just meditate.
But like, I think if you live forever, time doesn't matter. Like, you're not thinking about time. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's so long. I don't think you give a fuck about time. It's not even on your radar. You know how like our society and our lives are governed by the limited time that we live in. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we have to. When you're 20. What are you doing? Are you working? You have to be working. You have to put in the hours early so you can relax later in life. So you can establish a family, raise a family, then retire and then die. You have to do all of that, and there's time frames where you have to get these things done. Like a woman, she's in her 30s, mid 30s, she's worried. Oh, my eggs. I'm gonna go infertile. I need to have children. They start freaking the fuck out. Dudes don't give a fuck because they haven't got that time to worry about. They're not governed by that by that time frame. So like, time is the one thing that governs our whole society. Like paid per hour, salaries. It's all about time. So if you ascend above that, you free your mental state up so much. So you're not even worrying about what day it is. You don't give a fuck about, oh, so long I have to be here for. I think your mind will just stretch out and just accommodate for not caring about time. Like, we can't even comprehend not worrying about time. Like, you go a couple of days without worrying about time, you're like you're freaking the fuck out. You're like, oh, I need to get back into things. You got shit to do.
Yeah. You wouldn't be fucking worried about anything. Like, even currency, you wouldn't even be fucking worrying about that.
You go live in the forest. It's not like you need to do anything.
Yeah. Bro, if that came to me today, you would know the next day if I saw you that something's up. Because I would just be wearing some weird shit and I'd be going, I'll see you in about a year. You'd be like, what the fuck do you mean?
I'd be like,
fucking going to wander around Australia, fucking see the sights,
legit.
Get there by fucking putting some money together, by working a little job for someone.
You know what you do? You just fucking stand on the side of the road and ask for money. But it'll take forever. So
just go into a pub, be like, yo, can I work a shift for you? Like, give me $50 and I'll be on my way. And just pay somebody to drive you a little bit.
Yeah.
And you just
hitchhike. Just use it. And you're immortal. You don't have to worry about any threats along the way.
Exactly. So you just help somebody out by getting to where you need to go.
If that ever happened to you, I'd be like, all right, where's the guy's number? Can I send him an email? Like, where's this
I'd be
man?
like, bro, you just got to let him approach you.
Bro,
Because he approaches you, bro.
what if something freaky? What if the space-time continuum ripped right now and he existed? Poof, and he offers it to us both. Like, do you ever think about, like, sometimes you're doing shit and you just think, like, the world's going to freeze and boom, your whole life will change in an instant. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you wake up and you just, like, you're an alien in an arcade. Like, whoa, bro, your life was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's what I think sometimes when we die.
Yeah.
Like, if we were to die and we just pull our heads out of this weird arcade game and we look completely different and we have a completely different kind of conscience and we're just like, well, that game was fucked. And you just go fucking along and do something else.
Oh, that game was beep do it.
Yeah. Like, it's like you didn't exist. Everything, like, in this place was made up of, like, people that you just created, like, pulled from your own head. And when you pull out, they're not really there. You just got a couple of friends.
I would think it's more likely that instead of it being just random guys at an arcade, it's like you pull out and you, like, come back and you're legit a god that has created that world, and you're like, whoa, fuck, and you're just like, and then you have all your, like, god friends around you. You guys are all, like, interdimensional beings, and they're just like, can't. That guy was fucked. And then you just go, oh, I'll do it again, and you go into another one, and it says, oh, Ted Bundy. And then they come in like, bro, these things are crazy. What world have you created? Yeah, and like this guy over here, he goes, what life have you created? He goes, my guy's like ant people. And he goes in, and he's just like, honey, I'm home. It's like an ant person. And they're just like, what the fuck? Yeah, these are monkey people. I have ant people. Jerry, what do you got? Scorpion people over here. Like, they all have terrariums of human civilizations. And they just dip in and live lives, but they forget as they're living it.
That'd be insane, yeah. Like, you just go, pull out, and your mates are all just there like, you're fucked. Like in Rick and Morty, where they put the thing on, and a crowd gathers around him, and he's like, holy shit, he's taking this guy off the grid. Like, yeah. Yeah. That'd be so weird if they created games like that. Oh.
It would freak you out.
Yeah. Because then when you pull your head out of that game, would you be like, am I
still in the game?
That?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I guess we'll find out if a curtain just gets pulled from a random wall and somebody's standing there going, hey, wake up.
Oh, I had this really cool thought. I had it's on the same line of that. It's like, imagine if your whole, like, you're the only real person in life, right? And all your family is like beings that are creating the world for you, right? So when you walk around the corner in your hallway and your mum walks past you, it's just an actor walking past you. So, like, you call out, like, she goes in a room and closes the door, and then she stands there at the door, her hands on the handle.
What, just powers down and then...
No, yeah, just wait. She's just, like, doing her job. Like, she has no idea why she's doing it. She's doing her job. She walks, she goes, oh, I'm going to bed. Walks into the room, turns, closes the door, puts her hand on her hand, and just waits with her hand on the handle. And then you just go, Mom. You call out to your mom, and she doesn't respond. You call out, Mom, and then she doesn't respond, because you know your mum never responds. Third time, door opens. What do you need? And then you're just like, rrr, closes the door, boom. And then as you're getting up to go to bed, boom, she opens the door. From there, walks down the hallway to get towels. What are you doing? Oh, just collecting some towels from the laundry. All right, boom, walks back in, shuts the door, hand on the door, waiting again for the next thing to do to make you think that they're real. You know what I mean? Like, what if everyone is circling around your existence to make shit real for you? Like, your brother is waiting in his room, ready to be there, like, just to be there. So if you call him, he's going to open the door to meet you there so before you can even talk to him. You know what I mean?
Truman Show, bro.
Truman Show, yeah.
Fuck that. That'd be so shit. Your reality would just break.
Yeah. But then, like, you discover that, then where do you go from there? Like, how mind-boggling that would be.
Yeah.
What existence do you live after you figure out it's all fake? It's like you almost don't... Well, you definitely don't want to find out it's fake. Because then you're a maniac. Because I've always thought about this. What if everyone who's lost their mind actually is right? But losing your mind is discovering the actual truth. And you can never come back. Like, what if everyone who's lost their mind... Oh, they're insane, they're crazy. What if they're just so... They've discovered something so profound in their mind that they go crazy because everything is so wrong, everything's false, everything's a lie, and they just can't handle it. They can't handle this reality anymore, so they just freak the fuck out and bug out.
But has anybody really gone crazy and been like, this world is fucking not real?
Schizophrenics.
Yeah, but like, that's just been diagnosed as something wrong with your brain. I mean, I know what you're saying, like, are they actually figured out that there's like a hole in the fucking realm that we're in? But
like, can you even imagine what it's like to be in an insane person's brain? What do they think 24/7? Where are they? Like, what state of mind are they in? They're obviously not sober. Like, imagine sitting here. Like, imagine like how fucked up you have to be sitting in a chair. Like, imagine being sober right now, sitting in a chair, rocking back and forth like this, and then scratching your fingernails over and over and over and over again for 6 hours straight in a day. And just with a maniac look on your face. Where the fuck is that guy? I will never be able to do that in my wildest dreams. To consciously do that for 6 hours straight and just do these weird patterns that they do, and to have these weird frame of minds that they have. They're in a whole other fucking planet, bro. They're not here. What is their brain? What are they seeing?
Yeah, like, they're just seeing visuals and shit, and then everything just goes back to what it used to be because someone walks in and goes, "Hey, are you alright?"
Yeah, and they enter that, and they're just like trying to regather themselves.
They just say some fucked up sentence. Oh, fuck.
What?
Oh, what's that? Couldn't put his headphones on.
What?
Tom has we didn't even ask him, but he knows he's on board. We know he's on board with the podcast. He's bought himself some Blue V's using the promo code. I have messages of proof. I have Blue V. You see that?
Very nice.
Get on the discount code, people. Make it happen.
Where are you going?
Let him in.
Okay.
Talk to the people, bro.
Alright. I had this interesting thought. I didn't know what Gus said when I left the room, but all I'm going to say is that he better have not have said anything nice to me. I fucking hope he didn't. Because I'm not a fan of that bloke. Anyway, this is a form of meditation or mental training that I thought of one day, right? So imagine this. You go for a walk in the heat, the absolute sweltering heat, but your mouth is full of water and you're holding the water in your mouth as you go for a run and you're really thirsty. But you have to resist the feeling and the urge to swallow. Because you're really thirsty and you got an uncomfortable amount of water in your mouth and you're exercising with it in, breathing through your nose. And your mouth is just useless and you're struggling, bro.
Don't look at me, you're talking to the audience. I've come in at a weird time.
Right? So imagine you're doing an exercise and that feeling, that urgency to swallow is so important. That's mine. It's so important, right? The concentration that you have to resist the feelings to swallow, it's like an innate feeling. Meditate on that. I feel like that would be a crazy mental training for just self-control. And if you did that day in, day out with your training sessions, I want to try it to see how cool it is. Because imagine, I don't know, I feel like pushing a point of resistance that your mind really wants to do is really hard.
That's my V, bro. Get your own.
I bought a box of 4.
Get your own, bro.
Fucking walk in here, start taking our V's. You're lucky we don't pay
Are
for
these
them.
cold?
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, that's all right.
You're
Wait, so-
welcome, by the way. Shit.
Hey, shut your mouth.
Hey Tom, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I appreciate it. No problem.
See, like the computer?
Yeah, I like it. It's nice.
I've got the same as him. I have to copy him because I suck him off all the time. But bro, you know how good a computer is? Like I never had an actual good computer before. I got all this shit, and you know one thing I don't like about Mac is they try and skull fuck you into using their programs. I don't want to use Safari. I want to use Google Chrome. Stop resisting me from. Yeah, I do, but they resist me downloading it. They make all these little things where it's just like they make it a little bit more difficult. You have to jump through a couple of hoops to download Spotify, especially can't. I clicked download Spotify, nothing happened. I was just like, okay. I had to Google how to download Spotify. Little rats, I tell ya.
Really?
Yeah.
So
You got
just
what?
technically illiterate.
No,
Alright.
I got it sorted, bro. I got
just
Spotify
type
on the
in.
bar.
I just see this. I'll pull this down. See how I have Netflix and YouTube there. My
See,
shortcuts.
what do you got? Let's see.
He's got shortcuts.
See how there's Netflix and YouTube there.
Yeah.
Or
I hate shit on my desktop though. I don't like shit on my desktop.
Well, yeah, that's there, and with those photos because I just typed it in on Safari, pulled the link onto the screen, and then just whacked the photo on it. And then whenever I click it, it's like just signed in or whatnot.
Yeah, I just have bookmarks on Chrome that keeps me locked in.
I like having shit on my desktop.
I hate having shit on my desktop. I hate the clutteredness of it.
Yeah, all my cluttered shit is just the Night Meetups podcast. Like,
Yeah, see, like that's the only thing I would ever have on my desktop is Night Meetup shit because that's like you need to have it, you need to keep it there. But like, see, like I go, like I minimize the dock and I just like this being clear, you know.
Yeah.
It's just personal preference. I've always hate clutter. Like you look at my phone. My phone has like that's it. It has 2 rows at the top and they're all in folders and shit. And I just have like messages, Google, my banking app, and YouTube on like open. Everything else is in a folder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate people when you see like the whole screen full of just pages and pages and pages. It just freaks me out. I'm not a very organized person, but I need organization on my technology. I just hate having clutteredness. I like having like folders into folders into folders into folders rather than just having shit everywhere. I like going in deep.
Yeah. I like it's retarded. I'm OCD with like I don't even know what it is. It's just I go OCD with shit that's like symmetrical.
Yeah.
But anything else I'm not too fuss about. But my room is a pigsty at the moment.
Yeah.
I've got my fucking mattress on the floor with my bed frame still there and my table pushed up against my bloody wardrobe so I can't get into my fucking wardrobe. And I say I have OCD.
Why don't you just clean it up?
Can't be fucked. I looked at it today as I was watching the movie and I was
Fucking pig.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'll clean my room. End of the movie. Nah, I can't be fucked.
You know the trick? You should just do it. Like that's what I always think.
But oh my god, I've got all the time in the
Fuck
world.
yourself.
I'm living a trillion years, bro. You don't have any proof that I'm not a god?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Say that again. It didn't really make sense.
You don't have any proof that I'm not a god?
You don't have any proof that you are a god.
Yeah, I do.
Are you like in kindergarten? What is this preface that you're on? Like,
Bro,
oh, I've actually like, oh,
you have no evidence.
shut the fuck up.
You have no evidence.
All right. Do you make your bed every morning?
Do I make my bed every morning?
Yeah.
No.
Try it. It's actually
I
makes
used
a
to.
massive difference.
Don't anymore.
I notice that for me, like my morning routine is a massive thing, which makes me have a really good day. Like I get up, have a shower, take my supplements, and I'll like sometimes water my plants, but I don't always. And then I'll make my bed, and that just sets me in the mind frame where it's just like I'm fucking pumped, I'm ready to go. You know?
Yeah. I know that's the key to having a good day, but
You just gotta
Can't be
break the
fucked.
habit.
can't be fucked. My habit is staying up late.
I stay up late too.
Yeah, I know. But my body is like perma-cooked from staying up late.
But like,
Because I've been...
you legit just get up though. I don't understand why everyone like struggles so
yeah,
hard.
because we're not fucking apes like you and take alpha brain all the time.
I don't take alpha brain all the time.
Okay.
I run out. Because I share it with all my mates. Legit, I regretted it. I bought this super expensive Alpha Brain, and then like I gave it to
I don't know why you kept pumping it out. That's why
I gave it to so many of you guys, and it just went. It has 15 serves for $50 fucking dollars. I'm just like, can't.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm very hesitant to buy it. I'll wait till it gets a bit cheaper.
Yeah, it won't get cheaper. It's like the high end of like the supplement shit. You know what I mean? Wank, but it works. I guess I just take it before training. It locks me in.
It's crazy how much that actually worked.
Well, it worked for you quite well, didn't it?
The first time it worked really well. The second time was kind of
Yeah, I haven't struggled to get up out of bed for a while. Like really struggled. Weekends it's a different story because I want to sleep in, really catch up. But
that's where I sleep in so much.
But you sleep in too much. You sleep until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's not even that. I'll legit just lay on my bed for an hour or two.
But like, what's the latest what's your average sleeping when your eyes awaken at what time?
What's the latest I slept?
No, not latest, just average.
Average.
Because that's
a
more
weekend.
important. Yeah.
12.
Latest.
Wait.
12. I mean, average. Fuck. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'll wing
12.
out. That just sounded really like reasonable compared to when I'm used to you.
12:30. That's why, because I just stay in my bed. If anyone messages me, I do not message back. I just stay in my bed and fucking sit there.
Yeah.
Just fucking half awake. And then I just hear everybody walking in the hallways and whatnot.
Yeah.
Wait for my dad to come down and be like, get the fuck out of your fucking bed, you fucking simpleton. You don't know how fucking good you've got it, cunt.
Yeah. See, I like the latest.
That morning chat.
The latest I like to sleep in is like 10. Like any time over 10, I feel shit. Like I've just wasted the whole day.
Yeah, I know what you're saying because I feel the same, but at the same time, I go, I would have done the exact same thing if I woke up earlier. I need to have an actual plan if I'm going to be waking up early.
Setting goals. See, like if I get up early, I want to go to the bakery because that gets my day started. Like I've done something. Like if I don't do anything, I feel like I've wasted my time. You know, I want to get at least one goal done for the day.
Yeah, I should probably start fucking getting up early and doing more research on photography.
Legit.
Yeah.
Or just do it late at night.
Yeah, all that.
Whatever works for you, just get it done.
Yeah, but if I do it late at night, then I keep the habit of fucking going to bed heaps late.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just about like, I don't know, everyone's body's different though. Like you can either operate on a little bit amount of sleep. I know if I get 6 hours sleep, I'll be alright, but I won't be good. You know what I mean? Like 6 hours sleep at the end of the day on the way home from work, or like the way home from like where we've been working and Dad's driving, I'll just be in the car and I'll just be like sitting in the seat. I'll close my eyes and I'll be asleep and I'll be lucid dreaming because I'll hear everything around me. I'll hear the car. I'll hear all the cars on the highway around me and I'll hear like the radio and shit. But I'm just dreaming in my brain and I'm just not there. And then I'll just open my eyes. When I won't open my eyes, boom, I'm at home. I'll just get out of the car and I'm like, alright. Like that's around 6 hours sleep. 8 hours sleep, I'm fucking good to go. You know what I mean? I don't need to worry about anything.
Yeah. I think you're like I would be the same, but I'd never really get 8 hours sleeping.
I usually get like 7.
That's
about
like
average.
6. Sometimes 5. I don't know how my dad functions though, bro.
Nothing's worse than a 5 hour or 4 hour sleep.
My dad lives off that shit, bro.
Fuck that.
Sometimes I just wake up or sometimes go to the fucking cupboard to get a glass or go to the fridge to get a glass of water. And my dad's just there watching TV or doing some quoting on his laptop. And I'm like, are you going to bed? And he's like, no, just doing work. Fuck, bro. Like, take a load off. You're at home.
Yeah, I think you're also caught in this trap because I know I am, where it's like you never want to go to bed, but once you're in bed, you never want to get out of bed.
I'm always like that in the morning. I always when I go to sleep, before I go to sleep, I'm like, all right, game plan. As soon as you open your eyes and you hear that alarm, fucking jump up, turn that alarm off, and fucking get going. As soon as I hear that alarm in the morning, I'm like, 5:45. We'll wait till 6 o'clock. Just to 6 o'clock. Like, yeah, 10 more minutes. Gets to 10 past. And then I'm like, yeah, 5 more minutes. And
How
then
do you
it's-
do that? That's just like
Bro,
tormenting yourself.
I
Just get the
love
fuck up. It's
sleep because I'm
15
like-
minutes, bro.
Bro, because then if I go into the van or start driving, I'll start falling asleep while I'm driving.
You're a spud, Nick.
Bro, that extra 5 minutes, that, like, makes the difference.
It doesn't.
It does.
Fuck off.
It does. I've been like this since school.
See, I'd rather get up. I don't like getting up at like 1:45. I'll just get up at 1:30 because I like crisp numbers to get up, like 6:30. That's the night. I don't like waking up at 6:15. I'd rather get up at 6. So I'll just have 15 minutes just to fucking walk around my house and eat, drink it up and go.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Yeah, I notice like when I'm saying this, I sound like I'm perfect. No, I like struggle to get out of bed as well sometimes, but most of the time I'm pretty G.
Most of the time I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is weird because I do feel good when I wake up
Mm.
and I'm like, got 15 minutes or half an hour to spare. I actually eat breakfast and I'm like,
So you're just off to a better start.
yeah. It's like, cool. I've actually done something right.
Yeah.
I'm not struggling to fucking or panicking to get to the door.
Yeah, bro, you're legit filling your life with unneeded stress
Mm.
because of lack of discipline. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You got time.
I'll
You got
fucking
fucking.
figure it out.
You got infinity to figure it out.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. It all kind of comes down to, I think, like you said, lack of motivation. I'm not doing anything I like properly want to do.
Mm.
I'm just doing stuff to, I guess, keep the mind running,
Yeah.
take my mind off of things.
Like you're not looking forward to the day.
Yeah. It's not even
That's
not
a massive-
looking forward to the day. It's literally like another day, another dollar.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not looking forward to it. It's like just doing something to do something.
Yeah. Well,
So-
my thing is, I'm not looking forward to my day when I work, but mine is another day, another dollar, and I'm okay with getting up for another day, another dollar. You know what I mean? But I noticed, like in my last year of high school, when it was just fucking fun, every morning I got up and I was excited to go to school because it was just so much fun the last year for me, you know? And I was just like, all right, I get to get up, get to drive my car to school, my new car to school. Ooh, I get so hyped to get in that car, feel the revs and you see your mates along the same route to school and you'd be like looking at each other going, like drag racing at the lights and shit. That would get me so hyped. And boom, you got homeroom and you got like all these classes hanging out with your mates every fucking day.
Yeah.
Like it really came to life. Like it got beat into me. Enjoy school while you have it, bro, because it's so unique. Like you're never gonna have an experience like that where you hang out with your mates all the time. It doesn't happen like that afterwards.
Yeah.
So like I really tried to embrace that, and I had a fucking amazing time.
Mm. Yeah, I kind of miss that.
Mm.
Well, I don't miss it, but I feel like I missed out on that period where just driving to school, seeing your mates, and all that.
It's fat.
Yeah, that's one of the things. One of the things I regret not doing is going to like your guys' graduation.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that. I wanted to be there for like your guys' school and my school. I wanted to see how shit my grade would do, or if they would actually go good. And I just wanted to see like your guys' clusterfuck.
It was different. Your school was just it was just different. It's just academia. It's just, you know, co-ed's different to all boys. Your religious background, Anglican is different to Catholic. Like it's just different traditions. And they're just like really smart, like pencil pushers at like at your school. Like it can't really be cool. It can't really be good.
Yeah.
But our one's it was good. I liked mine.
Yeah. As you would, because you're with like basically all your mates.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about fucking. As much as like chicks are fucking fun to talk to and all that, they get annoying at schools.
Mm. I don't know, like, I think at the point, if like girls were at our school and it was like the same vibe, say there were girls there, it'd be the same during graduation. You'd be like, oh, we're all one year group. Let's let's all like live this together. Let's have some fun. Like we're all graduating together. I still think it'd be the same emotion. It's just the culture of a school can change it so much. Like the culture of your school, pretentious.
You know what I'm waiting for? Certain names to pop up in the news when I'm like 30 something for, so and so, a man has, by the name of yada yada,
Yeah.
has been arrested for sexual misconduct or something like that.
Well, that'd be weird. It's like I went to school with that guy.
Some guys I have fucking, I just go, would not be surprised. Like there's one I can like name off the top of my head right now, which I obviously won't. Don't you? This is why
Shut the
you should
fuck
be
up,
here,
Tom,
bro.
bro.
Bro, you don't even need to say anything.
a word.
Yeah, you went like this.
We know we're not gonna drop names.
Yeah, fucking pencil pushing, fucking. Yeah.
Pencil pusher.
Yeah.
That was his insult. I thought it was a pretty shit insult. I would not call you a pencil pusher.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
a
just
to
43
clarify.
ETOL.
Just to clarify.
Pencil pusher.
Yeah, pencil pusher.
Just accept it was a shit insult.
Yeah. It's alright, man.
It's hurting his ego. He
Don't
won't
get
accept
cut.
it. He can't accept it.
He's cut.
Just stare at me. It's fine. Back a man into a corner. Silence or an attack. We really don't, we're receiving the
Well,
silence.
if I attack,
Oh!
His brain's on fire.
I said, well, if I attack,
Yeah.
I get two people coming at me going,
Defend yourself.
I don't need to.
Why not?
I've got a trillion years to live.
Oh, that's such a fucking gay shit. It's not even funny. Like you use it like it's funny, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, because it's funny seeing you go.
Yeah,
seeing
no, I
your
guess I
brain
shouldn't play
vomit.
into it, but I'm sick of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Your opinion doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Just thought I'd clarify that.
Well, why do we call it switch? Oh yeah, sexual assault, guys.
Mm.
I
Tom,
think it's
you said
weird,
the word.
like to be a sexual assault. What?
Nothing. Keep talking.
What do you say?
Nothing.
I know, I just heard my name come up again.
Yeah, keep talking.
What's it called? Yeah, blokes with sexual assault. I don't understand how your mind leads you down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Like, how do you let your mind fester in the most horrid of ways and then eventually become okay with it
But
and
that's-
want to do it and act it out?
But
Freaky.
is it the most horrid ways, or have they always thought like that?
Yeah, but they know it's wrong. So why would you... Like, they know it's evil. They know it's fucked, but they just want to fucking... They just want to just... I'll just try it. It's just... It's like a demon. It's literally like a demon living in someone. It's gross, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's bad. Everyone knows it's bad.
Yeah, I really don't understand what makes somebody go, fuck yeah, let's fucking do this. Let's fuck someone's whole world up.
Yeah. Why? Because you want... Like, it's so fucking...
Selfish fuck.
I just...
You disgusting, selfish human piece of fucking meaty flesh.
But, like, they'll sit in their car and they'll just think about these things and go, yeah, I want to do that. Why the fuck would you want to do that? What do they get out of it?
Yeah, bro. That is a sick satisfaction of, like, taking someone's innocence.
Yeah.
Like...
Ugh. It's like one of the most cruel things you
That
can do
is,
to a human.
you know why I reckon that still goes on?
Why?
Because it was so... I don't want to say popular, but it was done so much and so often, like 100 years ago, 200 years ago.
What, outline specifically what you mean.
Like sexual assault and all that shit.
Yeah.
That would have just been, if that was done on the street, people just would have wouldn't have batted an eyelid, because make your woman be quiet. That was
Yeah.
like how things were.
It is fucked, eh?
Yeah.
It's crazy like how far we've come in such a short amount of time realistically within our human timeline, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, considering like how progressive our social society has become after, you know, developing the internet and developing like a new mode of secularism where we don't rely on religion, we rely on our common sense. And they say, hold on, why can't gay people get married? Why do straight people have a right over gay people? Like, I was listening to this perspective of a woman speaking. She said, it was this bloke, I think it was a bloke, and he was saying that he wasn't a fan of the plebiscite of like the mail-in votes in Australia to see if gay marriage should be made, like the yes or no. And he says, and he said, "Oh, I think it was really stupid." And like the way I always thought it was like it was stupid because it's wasting money when it was obviously going to be yes. Like obviously the society now believes that yes, gay people should get married. It's a no-brainer that society was going to vote yes, but they decided to send out a mail ballot that cost money when it could have just been done online anyway. But he didn't say that. He agreed with that probably, but his point was, why isn't it backwards and just wrong moralistically for a whole group of straight people to decide if it's okay that gay people can get married? How's it any of our business to decide if gay people can get married or not? That's their own affair. Who are we to tell them that they can't get married? What power do we have over them just because we're the majority? Fucking gross, bro.
No.
Like that is such like that goes to show how like backwards, like that goes to show like how backwards the politicians can be. They're not even looking at what society really wants. They're just going, "Oh, gay marriage should be done. Oh, okay. I guess we'll just ask society." They don't even believe in what they're saying because they would have been like, "Who are we to even vote yes or no?" They obviously have the innate human right to get married.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. They're just like, "Oh, we'll ask society."
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck
retarded.
about society, bro? It's all about a human right.
Yeah, I don't understand with all that kind of shit. Like whether like I am more than happy to call you by whatever pronoun you identify with or
Yeah.
what you want to identify with. But because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about them. And I say I don't give a fuck about them, but I don't give a fuck about anyone. I'll call you whatever the fuck you want to be called. Because it doesn't. It's just literally a whizzy wazzy. It's no burden on me
Yeah, I don't give a
to
fuck.
call you by a name you want to be called by. Like I call you by like you, Harry. Like if you didn't want to be called Harry, I'd be okay. It's weird. Like I mean, you were given that name, but then you explain to me why. And it's like, oh, well, fucking okay. You just don't want to be called Harry. You want to be called this because you think it's cooler.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think that if someone doesn't want to be like, are you talking about pronouns or just names?
Pronouns. I'm just saying names. Like
Yeah.
it's just literally a name for a person almost. Like something they identify with.
Yeah, I think like pronouns. Like if I make a mistake, I don't think you can really get mad at someone if they make a mistake. Like if they call you he, you go, actually, can you refer to me as she, or can you refer to me as
Just
who,
say, oh,
him,
sorry.
whatever? You say, oh, sorry, my bad, and you just refer to him as that. It's all about just being a nice person. Like, why would you want to intentionally hurt this person's feelings? Like they've already gone through enough being a transgender person already. Like why cause too much hate? The one thing that's important though is I wouldn't want to. This is what Jordan Peterson, which is why he became famous, because he stood up to a law where he stood against a law where they were going to make it legally binding, where you had to call someone of their pronoun, or you could be. It was against the law. You could be charged for it, and he disagreed that no government should be able to tell you how to speak. It goes against your rights as a human being of free speech, and I would tend to agree. It's not like I don't want to call you they. It's like I don't want to be legally binded to call you they, because that's an infringement of my free speech. I'll never not call you that, but it's just like if I mispronounce yours and call you she, you shouldn't have a right just because I got it wrong or I've decided not to call you that. I shouldn't have to go to jail for that.
Yeah.
Like I can say, I don't like you. I don't like your face. You can't take me to jail for that, really. But what? Someone can take me to jail for not calling, or charge me like civilly for not calling them by their pronoun. Like that's just an infringement on a person's right to speech. Like, and the government is going to enforce that. The government should have no say on the words out of my mouth. That's it. That's an overstep of government, and that's what he was standing against. And then he gets put in this barricade of, oh, he's far right, he's a Nazi. It's just like, no, he's a guy, just a very intelligent psychologist who's breaking down the futures of where this can lead. And he's a guy who really understands like the society and the human mind, and he's really he's saying something pretty interesting.
He's saying something very valid.
Yeah, I think it's completely
that
valid.
every human would agree with, no matter what kind of fucking person you are, whether you're trans, whether you're fucking male, female, whatever you are. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone would agree that your government shouldn't be able to determine
What you say.
Say, like, if you wanted to be identified as a she and I accidentally called you he, that could be taken immediately to court, and I could have even said, "Oh, sorry." You could have corrected me or whatnot, but you could be an absolute cunt and be like, "Nah, he called me this." It's like, "Oh, well, it's like, oh, well, no, you fucked up."
And it's also,
It could be twisted so bad.
I think that's the wrong way to go about it. If you're a transgender person, you wouldn't want to charge someone with that, because you shouldn't have to rely on the government to change societal norms. You should rely on society to change societal norms. So you can't force society to change due to laws. Like, that's forced compliance. Like, you can't... That's just going to make society hate your little group even more, because you're trying to tell us what to do, because you're trying to strong arm us into telling us what to do, because you can put us in a box for not saying it. No, you should change society by saying, "Oh my God, you're another human being who has been born in the wrong body or is confused with your gender and doesn't identify with that." Doesn't identify with anything that we would call a gender. You are your own thing. I can't even begin to understand that, and I'm sorry to hear that you don't feel comfortable in your own body and you want to identify to a different gender. You don't feel comfortable as a man or a woman or vice versa. Like, I'm sorry that you feel that way. As a person who feels compassion for you, allow me to respect you as a human being and call you they. Like, that should be the reason why we call them they, because we care about them. Not because we're worried about being charged and worried about them getting triggered and yelling at us. It should be, I like you as a human being. Just like I'd call a woman she. I wouldn't call her he. It's insulting to call a woman he. I should feel the same way and just feel a duty of respect to treat you like how you would want to be treated. Like, if I was transgender and I was in that position, I would want people to respect my pronouns if I was in that state.
Yeah.
That's where it should come from. It should come from a point of compassion, not a point of forced authoritarian compliance. It's not right. And that's where I think, like, that's where they get slipped up. Like, minority groups are trying to force us through legality to be progressive. They should do anything, but I think a better way going about it is just be compassionate and just say, "Hey guys, we're just like you. We would just appreciate it if you..." And maybe they've tried that and maybe it hasn't worked, which is why they've had to resort to this. Because gay guys were being bashed only like a couple decades ago just for being gay. Who knows what the transgenders were being treated like back then? So they've probably had this whole history of just being bashed, and this might be the way they're resorting to this, really pushing their hand to really make change. Which you can't even hate on them, because if there's a history about that, it sort of makes sense that they would be putting this way. But I would like to think that our society has come to a point where we can really just view them as individuals and say, "Hey, let's actually I like you guys. You guys are good people. You're not, you are individuals. You're not like a boy or a girl. Everyone's different. Let me treat you with respect."
Yeah. I was just thinking, have you seen that Ben Shapiro video? And there's a couple people on and a transsexual on. And he just keeps calling the girl, because she was a man, now she's a woman.
Transgender.
So he just, because Ben Shapiro likes...
She's a transgender woman, so she transferred from a woman to a man.
No, other way.
A man to a woman.
Yeah.
And identifies as a woman.
Yeah. And Ben Shapiro, if anybody knows him, likes calling people by their biological, like, gender.
Yeah.
Kept saying that. And then eventually she grabbed him by, like, the neck.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, and was like, "You've been a very naughty boy. I don't want to have to take you out the back and hurt you," or something like that. And he's just like, "Was that a threat?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, that's it. Done. No, thank you." And this ends the fucking shit. It's kind of weird. Like, you can't just threaten someone. It's it's a very slippery slope with it, because I see it as, I don't want to be called a pussy, but if someone calls me a pussy, it's like, oh, cool, wizzy wuzzy.
Yeah.
But I guess coming from someone's point of view of being like a tranny or identifying with something that they weren't actually born as, I think the reason why there's so much rebuttal in them kind of wanting to be called that is because they don't want to have to. It's gone. Fucking lost it. It was right there.
Let me tack on to the end of that. Maybe bring it back.
It might come back to me.
Yeah, you're saying they don't want to have to fight. They're tired of just having to fight for something they already are.
They're tired of like having to just blow it off, just being like, oh, okay, cool, like call me whatever the fuck you want. Now they're actually going, fuck you, I want to be called this.
Yeah.
Like,
you should
show me some respect.
Yeah.
I think that's where like all this like
energy
heat is coming from. Yeah.
Because imagine this. Imagine already being born as a woman who wants to be a man. First of all, you have to come out to all your friends who know you as a woman, and you're saying, "I'm actually feel like a man." The amount of imagine me tomorrow dressing as a woman and like taking hormones to make me a woman and to grow tits and shit. You guys would be like, oh, I'd probably lose majority of my friends. I would have like my family would be trying to support me but not knowing how to, because this is a crazy thing, right? So they have to go through all that through their teenage years, hormones. Imagine how think about how difficult being a teenager is. Chuck on gender issues on top of that.
Yeah.
That just puts everything above you. And then you have some guy who is refusing to call you a woman, refusing to call you a man because he says you're mentally ill.
Mm.
But you're not mentally ill. You're going to university. You've gone to school. You're probably a smart, intellectual human being, but you're just different.
Mm.
And this person is saying you're mentally ill
because you're not the same as them.
So then you threaten him and say, "Stop fucking calling me this. I feel this way, and I'm not wrong because I feel this way. And you're telling me I'm wrong. Who the fuck are you to tell me that?" So I can completely understand where the anger comes from. Like they would be so sick and tired of always having to fight for their right to exist. Imagine if there were only women and they said, "No, you're a woman." It's like, "I'm not one of you guys. Can you guys just let me be me? Stop telling me what I am. Stop telling me I'm mentally ill. Stop telling me I'm a man. I know that I was biologically a man, but I don't want to be a man. I want to be a woman." You know?
It's like, yeah, no one should give a fuck if you want to be whatever the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Fuck your religion and what it says about what you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to be. Like,
it's like, I don't believe in religion. That doesn't apply to me. It may be applied to you, but you can't govern me.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't govern me. If anyone's going to govern me, it's going to be the person you worship. And they're not even here right now.
Exactly.
So, do your own thing.
Who are you to tell me what to do?
Yeah.
You're on the same level as me. You're just another human being. You're not a god.
Yeah.
You know? Fuck.
Chinese, man, got it bad.
You can seriously understand where they're coming from. It just takes a bit of perspective. It's a shit go. And they're doing the best they can.
Yeah.
I guarantee no transsexual wants to be a transsexual. I guarantee they want to be a woman and just be a woman and not have to worry about people saying, "Oh, but you were a man." But you were a man would be just a constant headache in their brain that they constantly have to defend themselves whenever they say, "Oh, you're transsexual," and you get a whole bunch of guys that prick their ears up. Oh, and they start asking all the questions. Yeah, but how many genders are there? All these fucking just because they are this minority of people, they'd have to deal with so much extra tension in their life, and no wonder they're always so high strung. Well, I don't know any transgenders actually, but I'm saying no wonder there would be a lot of charge in the subject of gender.
Like, imagine being a man, or if you're a woman, imagine being a man.
Yeah.
And thinking, I should have a pussy where my dick is.
Okay.
I don't feel like
I cannot even imagine that feeling.
It's like, I'm not meant to be in this body.
Mm.
Like, and vice versa for a woman to be like, I should have a fucking penis here.
Yeah.
that blows my mind how
You can have such a strong
Yeah.
feeling.
like how people feel that way.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't tell you. That would be there'd be so much stress on that person just because they'd be like, I just want to be normal. I just want to.
I didn't ask for this.
Yeah. It's
But I'm trying to be myself.
Yeah.
I can either live my whole life a lie and adhere to your rules of how my life should be, or I can be myself
And get
and not
shit
give a
on, bro.
fuck about you.
Yeah.
Like, fucking oath, go for it.
Yeah.
Be a woman if you want to be a woman. Who am I to tell you not to? Who are they to tell you not to?
You get shit on like by anybody, but by people. But who gives a
Wheezy
fuck
fucking
what they
warzy,
say? Yeah.
bro.
Wizzy warzy. They're just fucking got their own problems and they're just taking their shit out on you because they don't want to deal with their own shit.
Legit, they might talk shit to you. You turn the corner. They're no longer in your life. What does it matter?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Find other people to fucking that will actually respect you for who you are.
Yeah.
You don't
Surround
have to
yourself
sit
with good
around
people.
and like, surrender to the fucking society you're around.
Yeah, I'm like very passionate about this subject in particular because I'm against people taking I'm against people taking superiority to me to tell me how I should live my
Yeah.
life. Who are you to tell me how I should live my life? You know what I mean? If I want to go skydiving, I can go skydiving. I know there's a risk. If I want to drive a car, I can drive a car. If I want to be a woman, I can be a fucking
be a
woman.
fucking
It's none of
woman,
your
yeah.
fucking business. You know what I mean? And I extend that to almost everything.
Yeah.
If I want to drink alcohol every day, I can do that. That's my fault if I fuck everything up.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand that these people have responsibilities, and that's when people should get help. You know what I mean? Are you hurting the people around you? Are you hurting your own prospects? That's when it's an issue. But if you're a person who just wants to be a woman, how's that hurting people around you? How's that hurting? Like it could hurt people around you, but that's just because they don't understand you. You got to put yourself first because you're living in your head 100% of the time.
Yeah.
You are born and die with the same person as yourself. You can't escape that. So why live a lie? You're not going to be happy. You're going to live with this constant feeling of, man, I wish. Fuck that.
Just do what you fucking want to do.
If I wanted to be a woman, I'd definitely be a woman. I wouldn't allow it.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. It's like weird to see people who have gone from being a man to a woman.
It's
For
definitely
me.
yeah.
But then
Same here. It's because it's not normal for us.
Yeah, it's like,
But I'm okay
Fuck,
with that.
bro, yeah.
I'm accepting that. It's fine. It's just a bit of a spook for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you see that and you also go, before I used to be an absolute cunt and be like, nah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They're crazy. Now I'm like been enlightened about it. And I go, it actually takes so much courage to be someone in that position and actually open up about it.
Yeah.
Like,
And to walk around openly about it.
so much shit from people who are just on the internet waiting for something to fucking bite
Keyboard
on, bro.
warriors,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. Like,
See,
props to them.
I've made an unwritten rule with myself. I will never leave a negative comment on anything. If I ever like watch a video I don't like or something, it's happened like once or twice where I've written out a comment which is like negative, and I'll be like, I delete that motherfucker every time. I never post it because why just add to negativity in this world?
I don't think I've ever put a negative comment out, but I've never also. I don't think I've disliked a video
I've never disliked a video either.
because I just go,
I only disliked
Not
the
my
video because it was saying, can we get this video to 1 million dislikes?
Yeah.
So I disliked the video. I was like, of course I'll do that. But I've never actually went, ooh, fuck this video. I don't like this person. And disliked it. Who dislikes YouTube videos? I need to find... Tom, do you
there's
dislike
gotta be a
YouTube
bunch of
videos?
Karens.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think anyone dislikes YouTube videos.
There's got to be a bunch of Karens or a bunch of fucking Joes just chilling on their fucking.
I've got to find someone who does that because there's always like 2,000 dislikes and 1 million views. Like, why have you wasted your effort to go, I don't like this?
But it's just not even that. They're just like doing it in spite of that. The person.
Just to be that guy who does it.
Yeah, just to go. Don't like it.
There's always a fringe group of people who are like that.
They're just like, let me be the fucking bad guy for once and dislike it.
And that's, you know what that does? That type of person is what perpetuates like false thinking, right?
Yeah.
So you have like a lot of drugs that are illegal that shouldn't be illegal, but they get wrapped up in this bad rep of, look at these scumbags that take this illegal drug, right? So say like weed, for instance, it's illegal. They go, look at these like hoodlums and hooligans smoking weed. Like, look at these creatures, and like you could even say like MDMA, right? And you go, like, look at these gross druggos. It's like, that is a niche community that takes that drug not because they actually want to use the drug and feel the drug, but they take it subliminally just because it's taboo. They take it because fuck society, I'm gonna counter society. I'm go against society. So say like fuck mom, fuck dad. They say don't do this, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Then it might not even necessarily be bad, but because it's bad to society, they'll rebound onto that and they'll go hard into it, and then they further push down and make this thing so much worse. But it's got nothing to do with the actual substance. It's got everything to do with the people who do it. And then you've got a whole bunch of people that do it just like they do alcohol, just like they do anything. And they're not looking to cause any charged emotion with it. They're just doing it purely for that. And it's always good.
Yeah.
And there's just a group of people that make it look so bad because they're doing it to say, fuck you guys. And that's a whole bunch of unhealthy, gross people that make that gross. That's what a stigma is.
Yeah.
The stigma is false. It doesn't make sense. It's not real. That's like alcohol. Imagine if you thought about alcohol and you thought of just alcoholics. That's it. Unhealthy people drinking alcohol. Obviously, you'd say, fuck alcohol. Look what alcohol does to you. But you know, if you're a really healthy-minded person, you want to have fun on the weekend, go drink some alcohol. You'll feel good. It's the same thing with every other substance. It's not inherently bad. The idea of good and evil is just a monkey brain thing that we have in our brain.
Yeah, I mean, but with exception to drugs like ice and heroin and shit like that.
I disagree.
I do. Well, no,
I
disagree
disagree.
with your disagree. Like,
I disagree. It all depends on how it's used. The reason why methamphetamines and ice is so bad is because it's such a powerful compound. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just powerful. So people get their hands on it and use it because they're like hurt people. Their wife died. They had a terrible childhood. They have no prospects, no job prospects. They've grown up in a poor area of the town, and the only drug they can get their hands on to make them feel good in their entire life is methamphetamine. So they do that. They get addicted. But just down the street in the neighborhood over, you have old Johnny Boy eating Ritalin because he has ADHD. It's methamphetamines. It's the same thing. He wires in. He's locked in. He's a methamphetamine addict on lower doses, right? It's all about your perception. I guarantee in the future, methamphetamine will be used as a study tool, just like pills. But there'll be so much education on it that people will know to be very careful. Like methamphetamine isn't toxic for you if you do it right. It's only toxic because the black market's grabbed a hold of it. If you get chemically made in made by a chemist, pure stuff, and you do what they recommend, do it right, you just have a great time with methamphetamine. You'd wake up the next day and you'd be good. Because no normal human being would do methamphetamine one night and then go, let me do it for 2 weeks straight. Why? Because I'm addicted. It doesn't happen. People who do that, maybe people would do that, but I'm saying that if it was educated and we were taught not to do that, to say, hey, this thing will actually fuck you up if you do it a lot, because that's a sign of overuse. Just like no one drinks every day. Someone who drinks every day to get hammered is an alcoholic because it's affecting them negatively. But if you did heroin 3 times a year, you're fine. It's not gonna be bad for you. And it sounds like such a crazy thing. It's so counterculture to what our whole society is being told to us.
I guess you're right. Yeah, it does depend on the mindset you're in.
I'm 100% sure, bro. I'm without doubt sure.
Yeah. I want to see a study on that now. If it is actually highly addictive, like they should get people who are stable people,
Yeah.
have a well set out life,
This is a great test. That's a great test, guys.
and give it to them.
See if they want
Like-
to do it the next day.
Yeah, and like let them like recover for a day, maybe even like let them recover for a week.
Yeah.
Like see how they're doing the day after, and then see how they're doing a week later, and say, how do you feel? How was the experience? What was it like? What was the aftermath?
Yeah.
If there even was an aftermath, like, yeah, I reckon you're probably right with that.
I reckon they say, it was great. Can I do it this week? And you're like, sure, you can do it this week. Just like you do alcohol on the weekend. They're like, oh, let's do some meth on the weekend.
Yeah, let's do some
Fucking
fucking
oath,
heroin,
let's go to the meth bar and do some meth. It'll be the same thing, I reckon.
Yeah, it does sound ridiculously
It
crazy
sounds
because it's
so
been drilled
ridiculous.
into our heads because it's highly addictive.
Yep.
But
There's a
it's
risk
only
to it.
highly addictive because the people that do it are in a very shit position.
Vulnerable people take
Yes.
it, and that's why it's so addictive.
Yeah,
Because they weren't hugged as a child.
bro. Those
And
same people.
that's the drug is hugging them. It's the manifestation of a hug they've missed. So they finally feel happy and whole.
the same people that are probably doing all this ice and shit are probably addicted to like weed as well
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Now you've made me do a 180. Yeah,
And also this, right? You think about, but methamphetamine, if you do it a lot, it'll fry your brain.
yeah.
Yes, it'll fry your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Just like if you drank alcohol, it'll fuck your liver up and you'll die from liver failure and alcohol poisoning. We are human beings who need to be responsible. The idea of good and bad is stupid. It's a spectrum. You know what I mean? You can drink too much water. You can do too much of anything.
Right.
You can do too little of anything. It's all about finding a spectrum. Like you have a guy to reach a peak, you have to pull it away somewhere. To be Mike Tyson, you have to be so mentally ill and unstable and to literally have an ego like a maniac to be Mike Tyson. And that means he's fucked people over in his life and he was a shit cunt while he was the champion. And that's fine because he was a champion. But there's it's give and take with everything. So you have to be a most stable human beings, find an equilibrium in life where they know I shouldn't do too much of that because it'll be bad for me. And that's an individual responsibility that I think we should have the choice to make. Because I think if society and human beings had the choice to make every choice of themselves, sure, a bunch of people would fuck up, but we'd eventually figure it out because we're not having our hands held. We're responsible adults. You know what I mean? Like, we're allowed to drive cars on the freeway at ridiculous speeds and we don't crash into each other. Why would we think we'd commit suicide with methamphetamines if we were educated and knew how to do it? No one would do it. Only a person who's suicidal would do it, just like a person would drive into a tree.
Yep. Yeah.
All you're doing is giving another access to someone to kill himself with meth.
Yeah, everybody is smart enough to know that too much of anything is
Exactly.
bad for you. I mean, I guess you could say money. Too much money would also be bad for you because it can get to your head. But if
And
you use
have
it in
no
the right
purpose in
way,
life
like
if you're driven by money. If you get all this money and your whole purpose of life is driven by money, you eventually you have no purpose. And you
Exactly.
commit suicide
Yeah.
because you're bored.
yeah. But if you use it in the right way, like give it to
Yep.
other people, start up charities or whatnot.
Yep. You
Yeah.
figure out that your substance is actually helping people,
Yeah, like
not actually getting the money. Like, I'd love to have a lot of money so I wouldn't have to worry about it and so I could just help people.
Yeah.
That's all I want money for. I don't need a fucking Lamborghini, bro.
don't get me wrong. I would
It'd be
cop
nice,
one,
but I don't need it.
Yeah, I don't need it.
I would rather build an orphanage than buy a Lamborghini. I'd put that money to something so much better if it was in excess.
You'd be having that orphanage decked out as shit, bro.
Yeah, bro, give him a basketball court. Let him fucking dunk.
Bro, fucking give them like the sickest shit.
And that's what you often see as well. These people who are put in shit situations in life often excel because they have this hole that they're trying to fill. An orphan has no parents, therefore they want to work harder to get there. Like every champ of champs has a crazy story
Yeah.
to go along with it. Because like my father left me when I was young and my mother died from cancer. And I've just been doing everything to live up to their expectations before they died. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like Michael Jackson, his families were freaks. You know what I mean? Like, they're formed and molded into this superstar
They treated him
because
like
of
the
their...
whole Jackson family like fucking show animals.
Exactly, and that's why he was so good, because he was pushed to that point. No normal human being gets there normally if you're at a human, if
way.
you're at a natural upbringing.
Like, It's insane.
And that's why people are drug addicts, because
Yeah.
they're put in those shit situations.
And they're just like, I just want to feel different.
Yeah.
I just don't want to keep doing this anymore. Like, give me something that'll make me feel alright. Give me that fucking hug. Give me that hug.
It is interesting. Like, you can say, want to go do meth tonight, and immediately 99% of the population recoils. Like, I've never done meth. I don't plan on doing it anytime soon, right? And because I know that it's just probably not a smart idea.
Yeah.
But I think people should have the opportunity to do it and not be punished. You know what I mean? Like, as long as they're not hurting anyone else, that's where you draw the line. But if an individual wants to do something for themselves, they should have the right to do that. So, like, they should have the God-given right of autonomy. They should be able to do whatever they want within reason. Obviously, not gonna without hurting someone else. That's what I'm saying. Treat people as if you would like to be treated. It is the ultimate saying.
It
And then
defeats everyone.
fit everything
Like-
in there. Within that, you can do everything. But when you're doing everything, just treat people like you'd want to be treated. And that just evolves society in such a healthy way.
If someone is angry at you or doing whatever, just be nice to them.
Exactly.
It'll like destroy their whole plan to get at you. They won't know what to do if you just, thanks man, like, have a good night. Look after yourself. They'll just be like, what the fuck? How do I come back at this? Be more mean? Sure, what's that going to do? Get
Nothing.
more compliments.
You just be like, alright, bro.
Yeah, cool. Like, have a good one, man.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in like starting anything.
And
How
most people,
are you doing? Is there something wrong at home, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
and most people retaliate out of fear. Like, if someone comes up to you and staunches you, most people staunch back out of fear because they don't want to be seen as weak, so the guy won't hit them. But that staunchness pushes it to the point where one person has to do something, or you put yourself out in the open socially to be a man or a bitch. One of those guys is going to lose or win. But if you just disarm him completely and be like,
it's just as staunch as the
it's
guy
okay.
being
What do you want?
being friendly to someone is just as staunch.
Because you're confident. You
Being,
don't need But it's not even staunch. It's just being a civil human being. Like, why the fuck would I? Yeah, like, you're 100% right.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the message for this podcast. Be treated. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Look after yourself, and you know, look after the people around you. Make sure they're okay. Looks like you better say something.
This podcast has been brought to you by V Energy. Feel the energy. Is it done?
No.
Fuck!
Yeah.
And fuck your ass.